So today I just have a little qualifying session at Thompson in the rain for you guys, and then the following race. And for some reason the audio didn't record during the qualifying, so I'm just going to give you guys a little Thompson rain guide. I think a lot of people struggle with the rain, so it could be something interesting. I'll just kind of talk through what I do in a lap with some music over it, so it's not just me talking. And hopefully some of you guys can improve your rain driving so you don't end up like this guy in the background, my brother, by stuffing it in a wall the first lap out in qualifying. So for this first lap, I'm kind of just going to let it play out for you guys. For those of you that know anything about rain racing, you'll kind of see some of the lines I take and see that I'm avoiding the rubber, doing all the usual stuff. But the second lap was my fast lap here, so that's when I'll kind of dive into a bit more what I'm doing. But for now, just enjoy this first lap. So right here we're coming to the final corner of our first lap, and we're going to take a nice late apex to try and find any sort of grip out there so we can get a decent run for the straightaway to help us find a little more top speed, a little more exit speed. So a big point I'm going to try and make throughout this is to avoid the rubber. That rubber in the rain becomes super slippery and there's just absolutely no grip out there. So into turn one, we're going to brake more on the inside or kind of the middle of the track, also avoiding the paint on the inside because that can be slippery too. We're going to kind of apex a little early here, try and keep it middle on exit. We're kind of going to wash out wide so we can do another late apex for this next corner, avoiding that rubber. And through here you'll notice a puddle likes to gather in the inside, so we're just going to drive right above that puddle the best we can, and once again stay at that rubber, exit middle. And now coming into the hairpin, I take a big dive just straight up the inside. And I actually ride on this curb a little bit because I use it to kind of hook my tires on it a little, and it helps me like hook myself around the corner. Let me exit middle once again. For this corner, I try to kind of keep it middle, and it really just understeers super bad here, so I let it go way out. And there's a little bit of grip out there, and do another late apex. And you have to exit middle here because the outside has the road course rubber and the inside has the oval rubber. And then through this corner, you kind of dive it down the inside, and then you run middle throughout the corner. Once again, oval rubber outside, and then the road course rubber inside, and I do a way late apex right next to this grass. There's some grip out there. And coming through here, I just go way out to the outside. That was where I found most grip. Once again, going for a super late apex to this next corner, and going for another late apex through here, exiting middle of the track, kind of a little bit lower than most, so we can find some grip. Washing out for this next corner so we can open up the entry and go for a late apex so we can get a good run on the straightaway here. And there is a decent lap in the rain. They got me pole position at Thompson. Now, going on this lap here, you'll get to see me catch a couple slower guys using these lines I was talking about. You might notice that I maybe took some turns on the inside, and you might, think, well, there's rubber buildup there. But while that's true, sometimes you just gotta experiment and find grip at certain places. In this particular qualifying session, we had yellows for a long time, so I really spent the whole caution just kind of weaving in random areas and just seeing if it would stick, seeing what would work, to kind of get an idea of what I could try and do once the green flag flew, and that helped out a lot. And a lot of people will also run like a little bit higher gear, like they'll take turns in third instead of second and things like that, so it's a little easier to get on the gas. I don't personally do that. I feel like I find a lot of speed just keeping it in the same gear, but a lot of people will tell you to do that. It can be probably better for beginners and stuff. Definitely makes throttle control easier, keeps the car from over-rotating due to the high RPMs, and that sort of thing. So, be open to giving things like that a shot too, and just really experimenting with what works on the track. And the last thing to consider, especially at a track like Thompson that is a kind of a roval and also has like a drift layout and such, is there's going to be rubber laid down by those things, and you kind of want to think about where the rubber from the oval is going to be laid down, or the rubber from the drifter is going to be laid down, because that's all going to affect the grip in certain areas that you might not think about, because it's maybe the inside isn't the racing line on entry, but it's where the drifting guys go, so there's going to be no grip there either. So you just got to think about like all these little things, and that can help you find some lap time pretty much anywhere you go in the rain. But I'm not an expert. Here's me immediately going off into turn 1 because I locked my brakes, downshifted, and stalled my car. So I am not an expert, but I usually do pretty good in the rain, so I'd recommend giving some things I said a shot, maybe with a little grain of salt, right? But good luck. So real quick, you're probably seeing here, it's kind of a dry, wet track, which is really hard to drive on. And a couple people went around in turn 3, and then I, like an idiot, thought there was a full course caution and backed it down, and a couple other people did too. And we did like a weird restart, and I lost the lead when I could have had like a 10-second gap. So yeah, that one's on me. That was pretty stupid. Little funny thing with this whole race too is you'll notice that basically every time we get to turn 3, I just pull away from people behind me that are normally a lot faster than me. So it kind of ends up this weird game where they catch me the entire lap, and then I make a little bit of gap in 3. But as we go on, it just gets drier and drier. So I kind of lose that little advantage I have. Now at this point in the race, I'm catching some lappers up ahead, and I honestly was pretty confident that I could keep the lead through here. But you'll see going for the overtake here, I'm going to try and wrap around the outside of this blue car, and I just trusted this outside lane a little too much. I don't know if it was a little wet, but I just understeer like crazy off the track, almost spin it, get the save, but then there goes the new leader right by, and pretty much my chance at getting my first win. Coming back down the main street here, we're getting caught by some of these other cars. I think I was just driving a little bit sloppy, frustrated with kind of how the race was going. So we're going to get dove by second in our class here and second overall, and he just maybe a little too hard on the brakes, locked up, maybe a little too soft on him, just sails off the track. But still we have P3 even right down our necks catching us, but he is in another class than me, so still maintaining the class lead for now. Well, there you go, guys. That's the race. Didn't quite get that overall win, still chasing it, but we did get a win in class, which was good for points. Hope you guys all enjoyed this race and the beginning with the qualifying, and see you guys in the next video.